dear scientists. Welcome to the new science episode of SRNTS TV. It's been a while and a lot of things had happened, but now we are back and I'm so excited to explore and learn new things with you. I am Ma'am Jaisal, your grade 7 science teacher for this episode. Our episode for today is divided into two parts. Lesson number 1, what impact do abiotic factors have on biotic factors? And lesson number 2, how can we preserve the balance within the ecosystem? After going through this module, you are expected to predict the effect of changes in abiotic factors on the ecosystem. Specifically, the learner should be able to meet the following objectives. Number 1, discuss the consequences to ecosystems of changing abiotic factors like water, soil, oxygen, and temperature. Number 2, discuss the role of daily life in changing abiotic factors and impacting ecosystems. And number 3, discuss possible solutions for each of the environmental issues. Are you ready to explore the wonders of the environment? If yes, let us begin our exploration to the magical world of nature. Welcome to our first lesson. What impact do abiotic factors have on biotic factors? Before we begin, ready your pen and paper and let us start your first activity. What I know. Directions. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter on your paper. Which of the following is not an abiotic component in the ecosystem? A. Soil, B. Water, C. Temperature, or letter D. Coral. Number 2. Coral bleaching is an effect of climate change and is also known as the increase in which? A. Ocean temperatures, B. Organisms in water, C. Amount of water, or letter D. Oxygen in water. Number 3. Crystals can occur due to reduced amount of which abiotic component in bodies of water? A. Carbon dioxide, B. Water, C. Oxygen, or letter D. Soil. Number 4. Kaingin is a practice of clearing forest lands to plant agricultural crops upland and can cause all of the following except A. Soil erosion and degradation, B. Destroys the nutrients in the soil, C. Destroys wildlife habitat, or letter D. Promotes growth of plants and trees. Number 5. Water is life because all organisms need water to survive. Water is an blank. A. Abiotic factor, B. Biotic factor, C. Habitat, or letter D. Ecosystem. Let us check your answers. Number 1, the correct answer is letter D, coral. Number 2, the correct answer is letter A, ocean temperatures. Number 3, the correct answer is letter C, oxygen. Number 4, the correct answer is letter D, promotes growth of plants and trees. And number 5, the correct answer is letter A, abiotic factor. What's in? In the previous module, you learned that every part of our environment is influenced by many factors, and that there are two categories for these factors: abiotic and biotic.
Abiotic factors like water, sunlight, oxygen, soil, and temperature are the non-living factors that can often have a major influence on living organisms.
What's new?
The term ecology comes from the two Greek words, which is oikos and logos. Oikos, which means household, and logos, which means the study of. When combined, it means the study of a household. Let us continue our journey to be the #stewards of the environment.
Answer the activity. Direction: fill in the pie chart with the information provided on the table below. Color code the different types of water in the pie chart. Any color will do.
Let us check your activity.
Colors used may vary.
If you got the same answers, then scientific! You are correct!
What is it? Ecology considers how a living thing reacts to climate, water, and even soil conditions. It studies how much clean water is available and the amount of natural resources. By learning about how living things, including humans, affect each other, we can make smart decisions that protect all living things and the resources they need. Our country is blessed with a rich biodiversity. Biodiversity is short for biological and diversity. This means that the Philippines have many varieties of life found within it, such as unique and rare plants, animals, fungi, and even microorganisms. The more biodiversity there is, the stronger an ecosystem is, because small changes will have less effect on its stability. It is our responsibility today to protect the biodiversity of the world for tomorrow. This abundance of life on and around our islands is also possible because of many abiotic factors, which are the non-living aspects of an ecosystem. Abiotic factors need to be just right in order for life, or biotic factors, to flourish. We have many trees and plant species because we are in tropics. Our seas are full of marine animals because we are surrounded by water. Many animals also require a particular set of abiotic factors to thrive. Corals, although they look like rocks or even plants, are actually animals. Corals are important because they protect ocean coastlines from storms and erosions, as well as serves as homes to many fishes. Their survival is very much dependent on the temperature of water they live in. Recently, many coral reefs are affected by coral bleaching. Coral bleaching is when corals expel algae that live within their tissues that provide food for them. When temperature increases in oceans, coral bleaching happens, and this will starve the corals until they die. Fishes in lakes or rivers also thrive if enough oxygen is available to them. During summers, fish kills may occur. This is when temperature increases and affects the amount of oxygen in the water, causing many fishes to die. This happened in the past in Laguna de Bay and Manila Bay. Slash and burn farming or caning destroy forest lands and affects the nutrients in the soil. The soil, after burning, will become acidic, and this will not be good for plants or trees to grow back on. Destroying the land or soil means also destroying the habitat of many forest creatures, affecting their survival. The displaced forest animals will leave the forest, exposing themselves to hunters and poachers.
Let us see if you have learned something from our lesson.
What I have learned. Directions. Using the word bank, choose the word that describes the sentence below. Number 1. It is the main source of energy on Earth. It is necessary for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert carbon dioxide and water to oxygen and sugar. Food for the plants that later becomes food for animals. Number 2. It plays an important role for animals that cannot regulate their own body temperature, such as reptiles. Number 3. Without this abiotic factor, animals become weak and confused, and they can die if they do not rehydrate. Number 4. It is produced by green plants through the process of photosynthesis. Number 5. It is often considered an abiotic factor since it is mostly made up of small particles of rock, sand, and clay, mixed with decomposed plants and animals. Let us check. Number 1, the correct answer is sunlight. Number 2, the correct answer is temperature. Number 3, the correct answer is water. Number 4, the correct answer is oxygen. And number 5, the correct answer is soil.
If you got the same answers, then scientific! You are correct! To be a steward of the environment, you must learn how to take care of it. Let us check your knowledge about the environment. Ready your pen and paper and answer the assessment.
List down the 5 examples of abiotic components of an ecosystem, which has been discussed in the module. Let us check. The correct answers are sunlight, temperature, water, oxygen, and soil, and they can be in any order.
If you got the same answers, then scientific! You are correct! Let us now move on to our second lesson. How can we preserve the balance within the ecosystem?
What's in?
Humans, like other animals, also need certain abiotic factors to survive and live comfortably. We are therefore dependent on these factors. But we also have learned to alter the abiotic factors of the environment.
What's new? Human impacts on the environment. Deforestation is the removal of large areas of forest for human purposes. Air pollution affects the natural cycles that take place on Earth. Burning of fossil fuels is a major factor in this because it releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Global warming is an increase in the Earth's average surface temperature. What is it? The living organisms on Earth live and interact in different ecosystems around the planet. Together, all these ecosystems make up the Earth's biosphere. An ecosystem consists of the abiotic or the non-living environment and the biotic or the living organisms. Abiotic factors, the non-living and living components of an ecosystem, set constraints on the types of organisms that can exist in a given ecosystem. Different types of organisms have adapted to thrive in varying levels of temperature, light, water, and soil attributes. Conditions which are ideal for one organism, however, may be unsupportable for another. Keeping a balance between the non-living and living components, therefore, is very important. Ecologists have researched and studied relationships between the interactions within the Earth's biosphere to understand more of how to keep this balance. Conservation is one area of ecology where we can all make a difference. It does not matter how old we are or where we live. Conservation means using Earth's limited resources wisely so that they don't run out. When you are at home, take a moment to think about how you use resources like water. We need to take time to learn about how to save resources. More importantly, we must practice what we learn. Children can do their part. They can show their families some ways to save resources. Together, we can all make a difference.
Let us check your knowledge about the environment. Ready your pen and paper and answer the assessment.
Directions: write true if the statement is correct and false if not. Number 1. Human activities can change abiotic factors. Number 2. Only a change in biotic factors can affect the entire ecosystem. Number 3. We can study ecosystems to come up with solutions. Number 4. Changing abiotic factors can disrupt things like water supplies. Number 5. Ecosystems are only made up of living organisms. Number 6. We can survive even without abiotic factors of the ecosystem. Number 7. Abiotic factors are the non-living environment in ecosystems. Number 8. Water is an example of an abiotic factor. Number 9. Abiotic factors are the living organisms. And number 10. Biotic and abiotic factors make up an ecosystem. Let us check. Here are the correct answers. Number 1, true. Number 2, false. Number 3, true. Number 4, true. Number 5, false. Number 6, false. Number 7, true. Number 8, true. Number 9, false. And number 10, true.
If you got the same answers, then scientific! You are correct! I congratulate you for reaching this part. I hope that you learn a lot and apply your learnings in your daily life. I am Ma'am Jaisal, waving goodbye and hoping to see you in our next episode. Remember, we must be one with the stewards of the environment.